Have you ever hyped yourself up to go to the gym, gotten ready, got all your clothes on, you drive to the gym, you drag yourself there, and then you just feel like suddenly you just can't get yourself to walk through those doors? Yeah, me too. Here's the thing, I've been an athlete for years. I used to be a gymnast, I've played multiple sports, and I'm now a certified personal trainer, and I've built my body to a very high standard. But even with that background, gym anxiety was something that I seriously struggled with. It wasn't about laziness or lack of motivation, it was genuinely that I was terrified to go to the gym. All of the sights, the sounds, the crazy metal clangings, like it just felt like overstimulation. I'd hype myself up, drive all the way there, and then I would sit in the car dreading having to go through those doors. It was like my body was ready to work out, but my mind was just not ready for the environment. And that's the thing, anxiety isn't just in your head. It's a real physical reaction to your surroundings. And it took me a while to figure out how to work with it, but I was able to make some key changes that allowed me to conquer my gym anxiety once and for all. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why you get anxious at the gym and how you can conquer it once and for all. The first big change was being picky about where I worked out. Not all gyms are created equal. Whenever I would walk into the commercial big box gyms, I would just get overwhelmed because there's a bunch of loud music, there's a bunch of weights, there's a bunch of people. It's just like not conducive to focus and calmness, which is what I personally enjoy. But I knew that I wanted to work out. So I started looking around for some smaller boutique gyms. And there were a few things that stood out to me about these gyms that really helped calm my anxiety. Number one, these gyms had a smaller, more focused atmosphere, which meant that there were less weights and less exercises. A lot of times we enjoy variety and we like having the ability to do whatever exercise we want. However, having too much choice can be a source of anxiety for many people, and especially if you're someone who's beginning or even someone who's been working out for years like myself. You can find yourself being overwhelmed by just having too many options. The other thing that really helped was having lower music levels. At the smaller gyms, they tend not to blast music in your face. There's not that many people around. It's a very calm atmosphere. And this was amazing for me because I felt like I could kind of be alone, actually focus on what I was doing. But the biggest thing about these gyms that changed it all for me was that they had sunlight. I don't know about you guys, but I love the sun. It calms my anxiety like crazy. And the reason is sunlight regulates our circadian rhythm, it provides us with serotonin, and it makes us feel calmer. And this is a side rant, but I don't know why the heck more gyms don't just have windows. I mean, how hard is it to get some freaking windows in a gym? Am I right? Like, we need to advocate for this more. But that's neither here nor there. I started to find the gyms that had windows. And whenever I would get anxious or I was doing a new workout, I could always look out and kind of pretend that I was outside. So if you're struggling with anxiety, those are big things to look for with your gym. Natural light, quieter areas, less options, less music, less people, overall just less stimulation, and you'll probably find yourself having a much better workout and being less afraid to get to the gym. Number two was starting with bodyweight exercises. Now, I've always been drawn to calisthenics personally, and it always felt like I was less injury prone if I did calisthenics, but what I noticed is that it reduced my anxiety as well. I tend to work out alone, and it's just because the schedules tend to match up that way. I don't have a lot of people around in Texas who are working out at the same time in my same age range at the same areas. But lifting heavy weights creates anxiety even for normal people. Lifting a heavy weight means that you could injure yourself. And so if you don't have a spotter, you can get pretty anxious about lifting the weight. And I realized that that anxiety was preventing me from actually going all out on the exercises. But I still wanted all the benefits of compound movements. And so what I started doing was going back to my gymnastics roots. I started getting on the rings. I started doing weighted dips. I started doing weighted push-ups. And all of these things build just as much muscle as with weights. Also, doing bodyweight exercises tends to be more calming to your nervous system in general because it enhances proprioception, which basically means that it makes your brain focus on what it's doing and feeling different parts of your body. A lot of times looking inwards and focusing on your body and the different mechanics that are happening as you move can be very calming, especially if you have anxiety. Now real quick, if you are someone who's getting into the gym and you don't know where to start, then go ahead and check out the links in the description where I offer my one-on-one coaching program or my lean bulking program. My lean bulking program lays it out very simply for you where you only need to go to the gym 3 times a week with very short, focused exercises. It's not intimidating at all. It also gives you a diet plan with the best foods to eat so you're not thinking what you should be doing or what you should be eating in order to see the best progress. But if you're getting started in the gym or you're trying to pack on some mass, then go ahead and check out the links in the description. Number 3 was creating a simple pre-gym routine. This is something that is so powerful. Our brains and our nervous systems tend to thrive on routine and predictability. If you start associating a set of tasks together, then it becomes much more easy to get momentum. A lot of times anxiety can come about thinking about the result and not knowing where to start. If you start establishing routines, you always know where to start. That's why with my personal routine, I don't play around. I get to the gym and I'm always going to have the same thing. I'm going to have some amino acids and I'm going to have a non-stim pre-workout. Don't need the caffeine if you're anxious. And in the same way, I have my workout clothes laid out. I know what I'm wearing. I have my music queued up. I know what I'm listening to. A lot of Travis Scott these days. Hey, shout out Travis. But I'd put in my headphones, I'd get my clothes on, and I'm out the door. And when I got to the gym, I would actually walk around the gym a couple of times. A lot of times, anxiety can occur by trying to task transition too fast. And the reason that walking can feel so calming to us is because it provides a natural flow for your body to understand that you're moving on to somewhere different. And it can actually provide kind of a cool down period for your brain to understand that you're moving towards something new, doing something different, and providing that transitory period can reduce your anxiety very significantly. Now, the fourth thing was actually wearing different clothing. And this one's kind of surprising, but I didn't actually wear any gym clothing. I don't even to this day enjoy wearing regular athletic clothing. All the spandex and all the bright colors with all the workout clothing is just meant to amplify our fight or flight response even more because it provides power. But if you have anxiety, your fight or flight is already operating at a higher level. You already have the energy. You don't need to be wearing the gym clothes that make you kind of like feel amped up and like ready to go. And what I found was that especially for strength training, which requires, mind-muscle connection, being able to focus, being able to push heavy amounts of load while actually being able to think. I actually didn't want to wear any regular workout clothes. I started wearing loose clothing to the gym. No spandex, no tights, no compression shorts, any of that. And I made sure that they were all cotton and these like really soft touch materials because that's naturally calming to our nervous system. I also chose colors very carefully. I didn't go for anything bright, anything overstimulating. In fact, I chose nature colors. These are going to be things like beige, like your dark greens, browns, muted yellows. All of these things actually signal to your brain that you're outside. Like these are very natural colors. The color of mud, the color of trees. It tells your brain I'm in nature, I'm fine, I'm good. And that made a huge difference in my life. I was able to go in, I was able to concentrate, and paradoxically, I was actually able to put out more power with lower cortisol and lower activation of my sympathetic nervous system because I was less anxious. So gym anxiety is real and you can't just force yourself to work through it like so many people tell you to. If burnout taught me anything, it's that it's better to work with your nervous system than it is to steamroll over it. But these strategies helped me go from sitting paralyzed in my car worried about gym workouts to actually going in and crushing every single one of my workouts and PRing as much as possible. And if you're dealing with gym anxiety, I hope this helps you too. But getting into the gym is only half the battle. As we know, abs are made in the kitchen. So if you want to be sure that you're making progress, go ahead and check out this video right here where I break down the most common dieting mistake that people make that completely sabotages their progress.